Hello everyone, my name is Dulce Mejia and I'm gonna be your teacher during the whole video. Well, during this video I'll be talking about some teaching aids that I can use in my lesson. Remember that teaching aids are the tools used by teachers to help reinforce or improve new information or skills. Now, let me tell you the situation of my classroom. The topic for this lesson will be the final ED pronunciation of the regular verbs. During this lesson, students will be able to identify the correct final ED pronunciation of the regular verbs. Also, students will be able to write some sentences in the past. And during this lesson, I'm going to use 3 different teaching aids. The number 1 will be flashcards. The number 2, I'm gonna use the board. And the number 3, I'm gonna use a worksheet. It will be a puzzle. So let's start with this lesson. And firstly, I'm going to use some flashcards to teach the vocabulary that we are going to use during this whole lesson. Flashcards are very practiced to teach vocabulary. Why? Because we can show the picture with the name, and also we can hide the name, and then you can ask to the students, what is that? And then they're going to answer it. And after they answer, you are going to show the name of the picture. So the vocabulary for this lesson will be soccer field, street, drawing, handcuff, store, door, tree, waiter, box, and public telephone. Then I'm going to remind the vocabulary again, but in this case I'm going to use just the picture, okay? So I'm going to ask to the students, what is this? And I am going to answer, this is a street. I have another example and I'm going to show the picture and I'm going to ask, what is this? And they are going to answer, this is a drawing. Now I'm gonna use flashcards again, but in this case to teach the verbs that we are going to use during this lesson. But let me tell you that this is a different flashcard. So this is a double word flashcard. Why? Because we have 2 words here, okay? We have the present and also we have the past. So firstly, I'm going to use the first word that is in the present, and then I'm gonna use the second word that is in the past, okay? So this will be after to teach the grammar point. So the verbs for this lesson will be play, cook, arrest, walk, helped, kiss, attend, plant, divide, cold, open, and close. Now I'm gonna teach you the correct final ED pronunciation for those verbs. And in this case, I'm gonna use the board. So I have here my board, and the first thing that I'm going to use is to draw a chart, right, with 3 columns. Why? Because we have three different final ed pronunciations for the regular verbs, and they are the number one, t. Then we have d, and then we have ed. So we are going to start to note when we are going to use H1. So if the verb base ends in a voiceless sound, then the ed ending sounds like t, t, t. So what is a voiceless sound? A voiceless sound is like a whisper. Your vocal cords don't vibrate, okay? And the voiceless consonant sounds are p, f, k, s, sh, sh, th. So I have here my completed chart, and if you see, the final ed will be like d if the verb base ends in a voiced sound. In this case, your vocal cords vibrate. And then the final ed will be like id if the verb base ends in a t or d sound already. Okay? And we have examples, and they are started, graduated, visited. Now that the students already know the three different forms for the final ed of the regular verbs, I'm gonna use the flashcards again, and we are going to practice the final ed pronunciation. So I'm going to show the flashcard with the verb in the present, right? That is close, and then they are going to say the word or the verb in the past, okay? It will be closed, like t at the end. Then we have call. It will be called with d at the end, like d, sorry, at the end. Then we have plant. It will be planted, like ed at the end. Now, to practice the vocabulary and the grammar point, we're going to play the board game called the Hangman Game. What do the students are going to do here? Well, firstly, the teacher is going to draw the lines of the corresponding word. Then, the students have to guess which is the word before to complete the hangman, okay? When they finish to guess the word, they have to write a sentence in the simple past. It will be used in the regular verbs and the guess word that it will be of the vocabulary. So this is just an example for this game, and I have the word waiter. And the sentence for this word will be: the waiter attended us very good yesterday. So the goal for this game is that we are going to practice the vocabulary, and also we are going to practice the regular verbs and the final ed pronunciation. Now, for the evaluation of this topic, I'm going to use a puzzle. In this puzzle, the students have to find the regular verbs, and then they have to write them in the correct column of the chart provided below the puzzle. So that's all for me in this video. I really hope that it can be useful for you, and thank you for your attention.